Okay, outside first thing in the morning. Got my cleaning supplies, got my low pressure washer, and I have a dirty tractor that's long overdue. I'm not only going to clean the outside of it, I'm going to go ahead and wash off all the grease, the lubrication that is dripping on the outside. I lubricate as recommended often, and it usually creates a little bit of a mess. I'm going to lift the hood and I'm going to blow out all of the debris that's in there, pressure wash, and then scrub it down. Okay, this is all manure from yesterday's work. Let me open the hood. Okay, in here you'll notice that there's manure in there. Up in here there's also mulch. A lot of things get caught up in there. So I'm going to blow out the filter, blow all that off before I go ahead and wash and prep everything. Then I'll go ahead and take the mulch out of the joints and so on. So anyways, let me get started and I'll get back with you. Okay, so I have my air compressor going, building up pressure. I got a high pressure blower over here, the type with the hole. It's like 5 times more pressure than the smaller ones. What I did first, I decided to put the video on, is you pull that back. You open this up. First you lift your loader, and then what you want to do is you want to blow up, and then you want to remove your filter over here. Hose everything off, blow everything off, and then once all the debris in here, like the mulch and the horse manure, once all that's blown out, all the dust, you pull out your filter, you blow that out, blow this out. Put this back in. Shut your hood. Put this back. Now that the motor's all dusted off and blown out, the filter's blown out, I'm going to go ahead and shut off my air compressor and go ahead and start washing. Okay, so the first thing I like doing is filling this up. Put some pressure wash soap in there, and this is a foamer. I want to fill it up. Okay, so I put about that much in there. Now I'm going to fill this up with water and hook it all up. I'll be right back. Okay, so I put this on, and I have to adjust the tip. Okay, now that's adjusted. That's how you foam it up. Okay, now that that's foamed up, oh, I can see I got soap on here. Hold on. Sorry about that. Some soap got on the lens over there. Anyways, now that I foamed it up, I'm gonna let that eat into it a little bit. I'm gonna put on Nud tip, and I'm gonna go ahead and pressure wash it off, and then I'll fill this back up and do it a second time and hand wash it. Okay, so I put on a tip. I like this tip. It's light and it really does a good job. I'm gonna start down here. Okay, that removed dirt off the tires and dirt off the rims. I'll do that all the way around. I don't have to do the whole thing on the video. Go ahead and what I like doing is getting the grease off, so if you look how the grease is caked in right there, okay, it pushed all that grease out so I could see the orange paint again. Of course, a lot of it's getting on me. I gotta go shower afterwards. It gets messy, but you get the point. I'm gonna do all the grease joints all around. Yeah, a little bit of water is probably gonna go in on, you know, the bushings, but when you grease it again, it'll push out any water and it's all grease again. You don't have all that crud all over. So anyway, let me go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and do all that, and I'll get back with you. Okay, so I pressure washed most of the grease off. I'm gonna have to scrub it down, but I'm foaming it up real good with a foamer. Now I'm gonna fill a bucket up with some degreaser and go over everything, like purple stuff or simple green. Okay, pretty much I got everything cleaned off nice. I was striving to get the grease off, not the dirt, but I got both off of the wheels, off of the loader, just all over. That grease gets all over because pretty much you're greasing every other day. But it all looks good. Did a lot of hand scrubbing. No. All that came off, and that's degreaser in there. So anyway, I used a combination of rag, degreaser, air compressor, foamer, elbow grease. Okay, out here first thing in the morning. Yesterday after I got done washing, it was just like 101, 102 degrees in the shade. The sun was even hotter, so I decided to wake up and go ahead and grease the tractor. So let me show you how the pressure washer knocked out all the grease out of all the joints and bushings and stuff like that, and how using Simple Green went ahead and washed the residue that was splashed around of the grease off of the tractor. Okay, first things first, got the grease out of all the joints all the way around. Up in here is where grease builds up, because when you squirt it in the Zerk here, it comes out after a while. That's all black. All down over here, that gets all grease dripping down here and stuff after a while, because you're supposed to grease your Kubota every like 8 hours. So this all builds up. As you can see the orange again, and then there's other ones down below and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and grease it up today. Then I'm going to do a maintenance. Okay, so I raised that up for the video so you can see. Okay, so anybody that ever greased before knows that one of the hardest things to do is to get indent it. But I go ahead and use a quick lube like this. It gets right in here. It clips on, and that's it. You don't even have to hold it. Then of course I use a cordless, so I don't have to like drag the hose around. So let's grease it, and when you grease it, you want it to come out of the joints over here. Just like that. See how the grease comes out? And that's the grease that drips down and gets on everything, because you got to keep doing it, and it keeps coming out. That pushes stuff out. You want to keep this right here lubricated so all your bushings don't oblong and wear out. So that's done just like that. And to get these out, sometimes I use a cotton swab, but since I went ahead and pressure washed it yesterday, I blew all the sand out. Okay, that's it. That's lubed. Now, of course, you got to go around the tractor and get everything else. So, see if I can get this in. Right over here, you have to get this over here. So it goes up and down freely. Same thing over here. Make sure it's up and down so it flows. And of course you want to get the other side. Just so it flows out. So basically everything I blew off yesterday was all the black crud. Now I'm starting the process again. It's going to get all messy after a while, and I'm going to have to wash it out again. Okay, so there's another fit in over here. Same thing. There's the bushing. Grease it till it comes out. And you notice I had to lower the loader just to get in there. So I'm going to do the same thing over here so you can see it. Let's see, that's in the video. Right up here is the bushing, and that I cleaned off, and right up here is where this connects. And once again, what's so good, you just clip it on and you don't have to hold it with your hand. And you just give it a little bit, just so it comes out like that. Pushes out the old, pushes in new. Okay, same thing right here is another. So you got to get it on. This is one of the hardest ones because this ledge is here. You really should have an angled fit in, but it does clip on and it does do good. Okay, that's done. So let's go ahead and move around to the other side. Moving the video around and doing this with one hand is not the easiest thing, so here you go. Okay, good amount came out. So now I got to go ahead and lift. I gotta go ahead and lift my loader up to get to the other ones that are down below. Okay, I lifted the loader up. So, as you can see, it's nice and clean. I'm going to go ahead and grease it till it comes out. And let's see, right up here is another. That's why you got to lift it. You get it on there. And you see how the lock and lube just grips on there? Okay, how can I do this? Okay, let me do this one. There it is. Let me look. Yep, the grease is coming out. So I'm good to go there. Okay, this side is greased up. Let me get to the other side. Okay, same thing. Let me get this one first. Locked on. The grease is coming out. We're good to go. Now we'll put this back down. Hopefully the camera won't fall. And I'll get this one right down here until it comes out the sides. Okay, it's coming out nicely. Okay, so there you have it. My loader is greased, but now I got to go ahead and get down below and get my tie rods and my axle, just everything down below. I'm not going to utilize the camera because I got to crawl down there. It's real difficult. So anyway, you seen I pressure washed all the grease out of all the fittings, off of the sand and everything, off of the Zerks, all the grease and the black that was all around. Then I washed the whole Kubota, and now I'm lubricating again. It's just a process you got to do. All right, hope you enjoyed. Later. Okay, finished that. Like I say, this wasn't a maintenance video, it was a wash video, and I just wanted to show that. But let me show you what I done. I went ahead and did these guys down here and over there on both sides. Went ahead and checked my fluids. That's my oil, and I only use synthetic. Over here, down there, and over here. And down below, there's 3 fittings that I did. And then I went ahead and checked the transmission PTO fluid over here. And all of this is all good. I'm just going to go ahead and spray some WD-40 on some of that. So anyway, routinely I do that. I do have some other videos if you want to see me getting down under there and real close to the fittings. Those are the maintenance videos. I just wanted to do a brief on this before the sun comes up. And that's it. It's ready to rock and roll. I'm getting ready to do a full maintenance on it here, but I wanted to do this because I washed everything out. I wanted to lube everything up real good, because this week I'm going to go out there and start the hugelkultur banana beds, where I'm going to put in all the horse manure and logs and stuff like that. So hope you enjoyed. Talk to y'all later.